Everyone, so my name is Leon, and today we're going to just be recapping episode 11 of Big Brother 23. My apologies for not doing a recap of episode 10. Didn't have a chance to do it over the weekend. So, anyways, with that being said, let's just move forward and discuss this episode. So where we left off with episode 10 and 9, we see that Brent was the clear target to be eliminated last week, and he's out the door. So now Christian is the new HOH. And Christian, due to the team twist, has also gave safety to Xavier, Sarah Beth, and Alyssa, who is also on his team. So they're safe for the week, which is good for Xavier, who was outgoing HOH. They also have alliance with the remaining Queens team, which is Kylan, not Alyssa, Kylan, Claire, and Tiffany. And they also are in alliance with Derek X, who is part of the Aces. So those 8 players I mentioned, they are part of an alliance called the Royal Flush. They have early control of the game. Were able to get rid of guys who were big threats like a Frenchie and Brett, but now they gotta find a new target. So a couple people they have brought up as names to be the next target are Whitney, Brittany, who's been on the block the last 2 weeks, and Hannah. Sarah Beth has made an emphasis to say that the alliance should go after Hannah, whereas members of the cookouts like Tiffany and Xavier and Kylan are hesitant to do that because Hannah's part of their separate alliance along with Derek F and Azza called the cookout. So they want to protect their own members of their side alliance. So Hannah, we'll talk more about her later. Will may go on the block, but hopefully because of her protection in the sidelines in the cookout, she'll be okay. So she's somebody that they brought up. Whitney is another person that the Royal Flush Alliance targeted because no one really has a allegiance to Whitney so far. So Whitney's somebody who thinks she has more allies than she actually has. So I'm really worried for her this week. She might be an easy target to be put on the block and to be sent home. But we'll see. The wildcard competition happens. Claire easily, well, I don't know if it's easily, but Claire had an advantage to beat Azza and Whitney in the competition. So she won the wildcard competition, and they get an option to give the whole team, which is her, Kyle, and Tiffany, safety for a week, or to have safety for herself for the next 2 weeks until jury. She clearly chose a safety for the next 2 weeks, which is I would do the same thing. It's a smart decision for me. I would do the same thing that Claire did. You know, obviously you're in the Royal Flush Alliance with Kylan and Tiffany, so they're not gonna be targets for Christian anyway. So why not go for the safety for yourself for this week and next week? Because I feel like Jerry will start after the 5th person gets voted out of the Big Brother house. So because usually the Big Brother house jury starts with 11 players, so they can have a 9-person jury in the final 2, with the last 2 players standing in the game. So yeah, good job by Claire. Derek X talks about his family culture growing up and how hard it was, which I think was a good segment. And there's also some funny segments surrounding Big D and Whitney and, some of the other people in the house. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. We see Christian and Alyssa talk about who's better to target with not only their team, the Kings, but with their Queens and the Aces come in to talk to them too, and also the Jokers as well. They have team meetings with all the team members, so they talk about who to target between Whitney and Hannah. Christian ends up putting both Whitney and Hannah on a block by the end of the episode, with their target being right now Whitney. But I feel like they also want to target Hannah because Sarah Beth is pushing hard for that. But Xavier, hopefully he can stir his Kings and the team twist away from Hannah being target and Whitney be more target. And even if Hannah's bigger target for the Christian, Alyssa and Sarah Beth, I think there's enough numbers in the cookout, and they could probably pull in someone like a Brittany too to vote their way, do her connection with Big D and Azza to vote their way to save Hannah for that week. So I think Hannah's fine for now, but Hannah, being the smart she is making herself an obvious threat for players like Sarah Beth. So Hannah might have to tone down her gameplay a little bit, but we'll see. Anyways, that's the recap. Thank you guys for watching. More recaps coming soon. Adios.